Welcome to Clear Picture Cares. I'm your host, Jason Noble, and with me today, I have Sara Wallace, the Executive Director for Lowcountry Orphan Relief. I'm really excited for this conversation because this organization focuses on helping provide emergency clothing and services to children that have been abused, abandoned, and or neglected. So as you can imagine, this is a very important topic that we could be having to provide you this information so we could be able to share what's going on within our community here in the Lone Country and the work that you're doing.
Mhm.
So thank you so much
Yeah.
for taking time to speak with us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm excited. And so walk us through what the organization focuses on and how they go about working with other charities
Mhm.
and obviously helping these children.
Yeah, sure. So, Lowcountry Orphan Relief, we provide, as you mentioned, the emergency clothing to these children who are abused, abandoned, neglected. So typically, those children will fall into the category of moving into foster care, but it doesn't. It kind of goes into a wider range for that. So neglected children, poverty tends to be the biggest form of neglect. So if a parent can't provide the essentials of clothing, shelter, food, that can be considered a form of neglect. So we serve thousands of children a year who are kind of fit into this category. So we have an extreme niche of what we're doing. So we provide them these clothes through our care kit program. It's this big bag. They're really colorful. They're like cinch sacks, so you can kind of wear it as a backpack. And this way they can take those items that we give them from place to place if they are end up going to multiple homes. Um,
These children may not even have much on their back.
correct.
And here they are is able to get this care kit that has 2 weeks of clothing
Hmm.
that's also transportable. They could take
Yes.
it with them if they
Yep.
have to relocate. And so, like, how does that go about? Like, how do you get the information so you know, like, kinda like what sizes and stuff like
Yeah.
that? I'm sure that's a
It
process.
is a process. We have agencies that refer these children to us. They're the agencies. They are working directly with these kids, so they know their stories, and they know the situations that they're in. So they'll send us a form, and it'll have their name, their age, and then what size clothes they wear. And so we'll be able to pack those into a care kit for them.
Wonderful, wonderful. And, like, typically, just out of curiosity, how quickly does the turnaround time come so that the child that has gone through something awful is now getting resources and showing, "Hey, there's someone out there that does care,"
Yeah.
right? How quickly does it typically
It's
happen?
quick. So we turn the packages around within 24 to 48 hours.
Wow.
We know that these are emergency clothes for them. We know that they need them, especially if they're going into foster care and those foster parents, because they're receiving those kids. They don't know which kind of child they're going to receive or how old that child's going to be when they first get to their house. So this is what is meant for those care kits, is to tie those foster parents over until they can get either to Target or Walmart or a place where they can buy those clothes for them if they need to. But hopefully, we've given them those clothes for at least 2 weeks: the socks, the underwear, the shoes,
Mhm.
pajamas, the shirts, the shorts. Um, so hopefully, it just kind of ties them over. But we turn them around very quickly.
That's incredible. I love how quick it is, because it's such an important thing, and they're going through a lot, and so
Mm-hmm.
to have someone that is showing that they are being thought of and are being cared for, in a short period of time is wonderful. And
Yeah.
so, what was the passion that drove the creation of Low Country Orphan Relief,
Mm-hmm.
or just
Yeah. So Lynn Young is the founder of Lowcountry Orphan Relief. This is the 21st year it's been an organization, so it's been around for a while. Um, she was a guardian ad litem at the time. So guardian ad litems represent the children's best interests in court. And so she was seeing these kids day in and day out. And sometimes they would show up to court in the middle of winter without a coat, or sometimes they would come without shoes. And so she has an incredible passion for these children. And so she started just reaching out to friends and family for donations. We have pictures at our office of trash bags full of clothes that people donated to her that she would give directly to kids. And so that's changed a lot over 20 years, because now we have two buildings. We have like a house on the old Navy base, and then in 2013 she built a two-story distribution center. So it's a
Wow.
really big operation now. Um, but that's what started it all, was just her direct interaction with the kids and her passion for helping them.
That's incredible. And so, when I think through the what you're doing, we talked about the care kits, but there's another program that you also have as well.
Mhm.
And what is that one?
Yeah, we do just in case closets. So we kind of take the concept of a care kit and place them into Title I schools. And Title I is sort of a poverty index.
Mm.
A lot of the schools that we're in, 80% of the children who are their families live under the poverty line. And so having these clothes with such quick access, so anything can happen to kids at school. I mean, a lot of the young ones may have accidents, or maybe their lunch spills on them, or maybe a teacher sees them wearing the same clothes every day. So they have very quick and direct access to those clothes within the school. And this helps the child because they don't have to leave class for the day. And then it helps the parents because they don't have to leave work. So we are in almost, by the end of this year, we will be in almost, or at least maybe more than 50 Title I schools. I think we're in 47 right now.
I want to stay focused, but it's just like you have this other program that is for just in case closets at Title I schools, where 80% of the children live in households that are below the federal
Some
poverty
of the
line.
schools, yeah,
Some of the schools, and some of them,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
And then you're doing this so they have clothing, they have access to clothing, which is so
yeah.
important. Okay, so I can see you definitely serving multiple needs for children that are facing this. Can you share any stories of people that you serve with this with the organization?
Yeah. So we don't have direct interactions with the children on a daily basis, but the people who refer them to us, they are social workers, early interventionists. One of the groups we work with a lot is Halos, which is a kinship care organization. And they, talking to them, yeah, some of the stories are sad. I mean, one of the early interventionists that we spoke to, she mentioned picking up a child in the middle of the night and he was wearing a shirt and a diaper. And she's like, that's all he came with. So it's really cool that they can come to us then and get that care
Yes.
kit, so that that child now has 2 weeks of clothing, and he doesn't have to go to the next place with just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that's great. It's a wonderful story that you were able to provide the clothing so quickly for this little child that's in need, wearing diapers. Who knows the age, but
yeah,
diapers,
young,
young,
under 3 probably.
young,
Yeah.
right? Just in that
I mean,
vulnerable environment and state.
yeah. I mean, I've been told that sometimes we'll have social workers come with the children, like they just pick them up and they'll come to our office just to go ahead and, like, as an emergency care kit. I have not experienced that personally, being there for the few months I have so
Yeah.
far, but it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, so for those that are watching and listening, the federal poverty limit for this year is 31,200 to kind of give you an idea. And that's for a family of 4. Imagine living in a low country, family of 4 being under 31,200, right? I mean, not to go on a tangent on that, but they could, some of these children could be coming from a loving family, but they could be neglecting because they got to pay the bill.
They have to pick. They have to
They got to
choose what they're going to
choose.
pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I drive to work that month and pay the cost of gas,
Mhm.
or provide food for the for the
Yeah.
children, right?
Yeah.
For the family? It could become a spiraling effect.
Mhm.
And I think it's great that your organization is helping those that are our most vulnerable citizens, being our children, going into a very stressful environment, but there is something that they're getting to help them over the next 2 weeks, and they're getting it quick.
Yeah.
Can you give us some numbers about what's going on here in our backyard here in the Lowcountry? I mean, grab your napkins and get ready because we got some numbers coming at you.
Yeah. So, in number wise, just from our LOR, and we have a Midlands office in Columbia. So last year, LOR, we packed 6,100 care kits. So that's, a little over 6,000 children that received care kits. Our Midlands office packed close to 2,000. It was just under 2,000 care kits. Now they're smaller. They started in 2021, but they're ramping up too, and they're getting, you just see the year-over-year growth. Back through COVID, I think in 2019 we were in the 4,000 to 5,000 range, and it just has climbed. The last 2 years we've been over 6,000 care kits.
So we're seeing a growth in the need
Yeah.
of this happening, and this is not a pandemic thing. This is what's going on in just our Lowcountry
Well, the
right
fact
now.
that we're in 47 Title I schools in probably 4 or 5 counties within the Lowcountry.
Wow.
And that's only half of the number of Title I schools that exist in the Lowcountry area. So 47 schools is roughly, I think it's a little more than 27,000 children that have access to our closets. So that's a lot of kids in a lot of schools.
That sure
that have
is.
kids that have children and families that are living below the poverty line.
And is there like age groups that are more exposed than others that you've been serving that we should know about?
Sure. So 75% of the children we serve are under the age of 12. That might just be because teenagers are a little harder to address. Maybe we kind of had some of that feedback, but from what I've read statistically, that correlates with the children, the age of children who are being more abused, is that younger children. So
75% of
our care kits, of the children we've served with our care kits, are under the age of 12.
So there was like 6,100 and another like 2,000 for Midlands. So that's 8,000 care kits. 75% is roughly 6,000 went to that children. Hey, those who got a calculator, check my math, right? But like 6,000 went to 12-year-olds and under.
0 to 12. Yeah, 0 to 12 received care kits last year from our office and from the Columbia office. And Columbia's numbers are actually a little higher. Theirs are 80% of their care kits go to 12 and under. So it's hard to imagine, because you're talking 0, those are newborns. We do get calls from MUSC on occasion a few times a year where children are born and they're going immediately into foster care for whatever reason, but they call us. The babies.
Now we're going to continue the conversation, but where can someone go right now to like, if they're like, they want to pause the video and go right to your website, where do they go?
Yeah, lowcountryorphanrelief.org is our website. Front page has, obviously our donate, and then if you want to volunteer, just different ways to get involved at our office.
So go to that website, pause this video, come back to it after you go to the website. But let's continue on. What are some of the things that your organization right now is looking for? Is it time? Is it treasures? Is it talent? Like, what is it?
Yeah. I mean, so the 3 main things, like the number one obviously is funding. Every nonprofit and every organization needs funding in order to kind of run and do what we're doing. So really, we're specifically looking for people who are interested in doing recurring donations. So $30 a month is the equivalent of 2 care kits a year. Toiletry kits are approximately $10 a kit. So if you did $50 a month, you provide 5 toiletry kits a month to different care kits. So you can kind of do the math on how you want to add it up. But backpacks are $60, so $120 a month is going to give 2 children a month a backpack. So funding is super important. The other thing is collection drives. Those are an easy way where you're actually not spending any money, but you're bringing us items. So you can collect clothes or socks and underwear and shoes, anything that we would put into a care kit. So your neighborhood, your soccer team, your Bible study, your book club, any group that you have, your school, church, anywhere you think you can host a collection drive and for 2 to 4 weeks collect those items and then bring them to us. That is a really great way to get involved. That's
There it is.
Easy and doesn't require any financial risk from you. But clothing, we do take used clothing, gently used clothing. We're very picky about what we take
Rightfully
because
so.
these kids are coming into tough situations. We don't want to clothe them in clothes that are ripped or stained. So we try to be picky about that. The only new items that are required are socks, underwear, and toiletries. Any of those items need to be new. And then the other way to get involved is volunteering. We have probably 10 to 15 volunteers a day that come through. I think we counted more than 4,000 volunteers throughout last year that came in. Towards the end of the year, it gets a little bit busier. But yeah, we have 2 shifts, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. We have companies that come all the time. Our summer is full of youth fishing groups that are coming because we have a lot of sorting. We have to sort through all those clothes. We have to size them all. We have to get them on the shelves. And then pack care kits, which is everybody's favorite part, is packing a care kit because it's like shopping. We have our facility, we have rows and rows and rows of clothes that are hung up. And so you get that kid, you see their name, you see what age they are, it's a boy or it's a girl, and then you get the clothes, you try to match, the shirts, the shorts, skirts. And people really enjoy doing that.
So what I'm hearing, Sarah, is like if you like shopping, come out to Lowcountry
if you're a
Orphan Relief.
fashionista, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But also let's help sort and organizing. Right?
Yes, we have a lot of that.
We need there's that. But helping financially, they could take that money and then be able to buy the resources that they haven't gotten in donations to still provide for these children that are in our need. Yeah. There's something that's on my heart. I got to bring it up. Like this is happening in every different facet of the Low Country. Right? This is happening in every single city. I don't care if you're downtown Charleston or if you're in Mount Pleasant, James Island.
We get care kits to Isle of Palms, Mount Pleasant, James Island, Johns Island, Somerville. I mean, you name it. Any town around here a child has been received a care kit in every town around Charleston.
I think this is something that it's easy to go, this doesn't happen in my backyard or in my neighborhood. And hopefully today you understand that it is happening. It is happening right here in the Low Country. And there are things that you could be doing from the information that you received today. And we want you to take that action. Go to the website, see how you could help out if this is a cause that's near and dear to your heart. Now, there's another thing I want to talk about is any major events coming up, anything that we could come out and check out and be a part of.
Yeah, sure. So the closest one is in July. It's the Dogs for a Cause. The River Dogs allows nonprofits to have a night at the Joe. So we have tickets for July 10th available. So if you want to buy them from us, they're $10. The LOR gets $5 of that
All
to
right,
us.
yeah.
Yeah, so and we'll be there. We have t-shirts for kids. And so it's a great way to bring more awareness to LOR and what we do. So that's July 10th. And then our big stocking drive, we have a stocking drive going now, but it's about to end because August and November are the busiest time of the month for us. Back to school and the holidays. So come October, November, we'll be doing our major end of the year stocking drive, which stocks our shelves with new items. And so,
where can people go for the baseball game? Where can they go for the stocking drive?
The website, the very front banner of our website has the tickets for the River Dogs, and in the next couple of months, it'll switch over to stocking drive where you can participate in that. It's a super cool thing and fun.
Now, well, for those that are watching, just click the link below the video. That's where we have it for convenience. But those who are listening, what's the website one more time?
Lowcountryorphanrelief.org.
Pretty easy, right?
Yes.
It's the name of the organization.org,
yeah.
Right? Do you like how I always delegate that back to you on that one?
Sure.
If you could share with not just me, but our listeners and people who are engaged into understanding what Clear Pictures Cares is all about, right? The value of giving back.
Oh man.
What
I
would that
mean,
be?
the value of giving back is it's more than just your money, it's your passion. It's, telling other people about it. It's coming and getting involved. It encompasses more than just, the financial piece. Sometimes people don't realize that, but while that's important, it's important to show that you believe in it and come and pack your kids and then show up to, places like the River Dogs, or when you're at your book club or Bible study, and just let people know, like, you're going to clean your kids' closet out, take your clothes to Low Country, and drop them off there.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's spring cleaning time.
Yep.
You're going into
We're
summer.
still sorting through winter clothes. People haven't quite transitioned into winter or summer, which is a desperate need of ours right now. I mean, our shelves, some of our age groups are empty because people are still kind of cleaning out those closets and bringing winter clothes. But it is hot outside. It's 90 degrees. We can't put kids in jeans and long sleeve tops. So, yeah, if you start cleaning out your closets, there's some summer clothes.
Summer clothes. You heard it here, okay, folks? Well, it was absolutely a pleasure getting to talk with
Yeah.
you before we even turn on the camera,
Yeah.
right? But in the conversation, I learned what's going on and the importance of just giving back. But not just that. There's clothes, there's age groups that there's no summer clothes. Like, get involved, get
Yeah.
engaged. At least come out to a baseball game. Go to the
Yes.
website, come out
Yep.
to a baseball game. Get to meet Sara and the other people on the team and other volunteers. What a wonderful time to be around the other people in the community watching the River Dogs take down another team that comes in.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
That's right.
That was Sara Wallace, Executive Director of Lowcountry Orphan Relief. I'm your host, Jason Noble. You just watched Clear Picture Cares. Thank you so much. We appreciate you listening, and tune in for another time.